you may not fully understand what the difference really is between Republican and Democrat parties' ideologies and what they really stand for. The Republican and Democrat parties are currently the two most popular, powerful, and prominent political parties in the United States, with the history of the Democratic Party starting in 1828 as anti-federalist factions began to form. The Republican Party formed a few decades later in 1854, with the formation of the party based on stopping slavery, as they viewed it to be unconstitutional. At the most basic and plainest, politics is said to be split in half, with political parties either traditionally having left or right-wing political views. The left wing is usually associated with progressiveness, supporting those who aren't able to support themselves and believe in equality. On the other hand, the right wing values tradition, believes in equity, economic freedom, and that the everyday individual shouldn't really have to pay for someone else's house service or education through taxes, for example. Essentially, a survival of the fittest society. On the political spectrum, the Democrats and Republicans tend to opposing positions on matters such as the economy, society, military, and other key issues. Both political parties are so large now that it is quite hard to work out where their positions are on certain issues, but there are a few key issues where the opinions are quite apparent. But even then, candidates within the same political party can have slightly differing views on major issues which affect us all. Taxation. When it comes to taxation and wages, the Republican Party believe that high taxes on the rich is a form of class warfare, and that both the poor and the rich should receive tax cuts. As the Republican Party's plans would see the revenue which the federal government collects decrease, the results would be higher debt and deficits. By lowering the taxes for the upper class, these people are more likely to invest in businesses, which in turn creates jobs, making a trickle-down effect. Republicans also oppose raising the minimum wage, as it believes it hurts small businesses, who account for a large amount of employment for Americans. Democrats, on the other hand, believe in raising taxes for the upper class and lowering taxes for the middle and lower classes of society, allowing the government to boost their spendings on social programs for the lower class. Simply put, Republicans lower tax to benefit the wealthy and big businesses, whereas the Democrats support progressive taxes to help fund social programs and to help out lower-income citizens. Gun laws. An issue which divides many Americans also divides Republicans and Democrats. Democrats favor more gun control, but recognize that the Second Amendment is an important part of American tradition, and that the right to own and use firearms should be preserved. Reinstating the assault weapon ban and working to make the background check system stronger so that guns aren't getting into the hands of the irresponsible are high up the agenda for the Democrats. The Republicans, on the other hand, oppose gun control laws and go as far to say that they believe you should be able to obtain and store ammunition without registration, and they support the right to self-defense. Voter ID laws. The Republican Party is currently pushing for elections to require photo identification for voting to, in their words, prevent election fraud. Between 2000 and 2012, there were 867 cases of voter fraud, but the Republicans want this to be zero. The Democrat Party are complete opposites on voter identification laws, saying that they believe everyone has the right to vote, making them in opposition of laws which begin to put restrictions on those trying to vote. According to the Democrats, introducing photo identification would affect young voters, people of color, low-income families, those with disabilities, and the elderly, which is a large number of voters who wouldn't be able to vote and have their opinion heard. Pro-life versus choice. As I'm sure you can begin to tell, the Republican Party is very much influenced through religion and tradition, which should make it no surprise that they support the government restricting abortions. The Republicans believe that unborn children should have the fundamental right to live, which cannot be taken away from them. The Democrats, on the other hand, support Roe v. Wade and believe that a woman should have the right to make her own decisions about her pregnancy, and that politicians and the government have no right to get involved with a woman's pregnancy. The Democrat Party also wants to help reduce the number of unwanted pregnancies through better sex education, which should then help decrease the need for abortions. STD rates are hitting all-time highs in the USA, so putting work into sex education is something which the Democrats believe will benefit society greatly. Same-sex marriages. Being very traditional and religious-based, the Republican Party wants to not recognize same-sex relationships, with the party aiming to constitutionally define marriage as one man and one woman. The Republicans also have the viewpoint that same-sex couples couples should not be able to adopt children. The Democrats oppose same-sex discrimination on the federal and state level and believe that same-sex couples should receive the same amount of respect and legal treatment as heterosexual couples. In fact, it was under the Democratic Obama administration that Section 3 of the Defense of Marriage Act, which defined marriage as a union between a man and a woman, was found to be unconstitutional, a decision which was ruled by the Supreme Court on June 26, 2013. Limit of government. Republicans have positioned themselves into believing that a smaller government is better, with Republicans preferring themselves to have less responsibilities in society and that they should let people and companies fail or succeed based on their merits and actions, instead of the government intruding. The Republican Party don't like policies which essentially allow the government to have the power to pick and choose the winners and losers of the market, instead letting economies and businesses speak for themselves. The Democrats, on the other hand, believe that the federal government should have a strong role in helping Americans with the challenges they face, whether it be through regulating businesses, being more involved with healthcare, benefits, or other programs which help assist Americans in need. This sees Republicans usually called supporters of a small government and the Democrats supporters of a big government, although the Republican Party can sometimes have big government stances on some issues, such as abortion issues, but the Republican Party establishment tends to have small government viewpoints when it comes to economics and society. All in all, the Democrat and Republican parties are quite different when it comes to key points, but this is what happens when you find yourself in a two-party political system, as it would not make sense for there to be two similar parties fighting for the same issues with the same stances. If you have enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to SciBright. I'm experimenting with introducing political science videos alongside my usual science videos in this channel, so if you have any feedback, it would be welcome in the comments below. Thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe.
I absolutely love that video. Good morning, y'all. Chris One Radio Group, 7 Cities Radio. Appreciate you guys for being here. You guys could be anywhere else in the world, but you decide you want to be here with me right now, and I appreciate that. And what I want to do is I want to talk about Democrats. And I want to talk about Democrats and why I hate Democrats. And I don't like Democrats. And the reason why I don't like Democrats is because if you listen to what they just said, they said the Democrats believe in giving. And, you know, I got 23 minutes, so I'm just going to go and tell y'all from the perspective of this. I believe that if you have a 9 to 5, and I'm going to break it down to you in this simple perspective. If you have a 9 to 5, then you are a Democrat. I believe that. I know that sounds crazy. What's going on, Venta? Appreciate you being here. But that's what I believe. I believe that if you have a 9 to 5, and I say that from the perspective of this. I say that from the perspective of this. Check this out. Republicans are all for strength. The Democrats are not. Republicans' narrative is to build up the people. The Democrats is not. So with that being said, how do you want to roll with a party that in fact is not interested in your overall strength? Come on. How? How are you interested in a party that have and wants nothing to do with you at your best? That is the Democrats. That is the Democrats. The Democrats don't believe in strength. They believe in rely on. And what I tell individuals is that, to me, it's amazing. It really is. It's amazing to vote for somebody or be part of something that wants absolutely nothing, that does not want you at your best. I think that's amazing for people to even say, hey, look, I want to be, this is what I want to be. Good morning, Miss Candace. It's always a pleasure to have you on board. And yeah, it's all right. I know what you meant. I appreciate you being here. Miss Candace, she says good afternoon. Then she says good early afternoon. I got you. I appreciate you being here. So, people, I was raised to be a man, like my dad told us. My dad told us that there in fact is no substitute, or there is no excuses for a man. That's what I was raised. So when I listen to a Republican, when I listen to a Democrat, I can tell you up front, and I can be honest, I have a certain prejudice towards Democrats. I don't like Democrats. I don't like them. Here's what people say. And we are a society where if you don't like the messenger, you're not trying to hear the message. That's just what we are. That's the society in which we are. That's why all my life, people did not like me. Now that I'm older, everybody want to be like me. And the reason why people didn't like me is not because I had an odor or something. They didn't come around and be like, yo, you all right, but you stink. They didn't like me because even as a child, my thought process is always that of an adult. Hey man, let's go mess with Mr. Johnson. Nah, man, I don't want to do that. What if this happened? What does that happen? I never, because of my parents, the way I was raised. I was always raised as an adult. I was always raised to think 2 and 3 and 4 and possibly 5 steps beyond your action. I just don't understand, as I did my show earlier, I don't understand how could someone say, well, I don't like this person because he said he hate black people. Let me just tell y'all something. And I know I got a lot of Caucasians listening to me now. A lot of people hate black people. Everybody hate black people. Well, what is this? I don't like Donald Trump because he hate black people. I don't want to get on the Donald Trump thing, but what I'm saying is people say I hate. Now, back in the 60s, there was a president and he's ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. All right. So when I heard Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump going at it for the, as Hillary Clinton being the Democratic nominee, and of course Donald Trump being a Republican nominee, I heard Hillary Clinton. I heard politics as usual. I heard a Democrat try to gurgitate and was gurgitating, excuse me, not try. I heard a Democrat gurgitating politics as usual. We got to do more for the women. We got to do more for the kids. We got to create programs. All that costs money. That costs money. And if you work a 9 to 5, this is why I can't understand. Even if you say, hey, listen, I'm an in the closet Republican. Go ahead with that. But I don't understand how anybody that got a 9 to 5, because there are two types of individuals. There are the haves and the have-nots. And the people that don't have want what you have, but they don't want it at the expense it took to get it. They simply want you to hand it off to them. They are not interested in saying, hey, look, I know you worked hard to get that, I know you worked hard to get that old gremlin, that old 1996 gremlin. I know it, but I want it because you have it. Miss Candace says, I pout on Facebook last night. I said I could never vote for a woman. That's heavy. I'm just right now. It's like Democrats. Like, okay, so being that Miss Candace said that, let me reiterate to that some more, as I just do as I always do on 98.3.com FM. I am Chris One. I appreciate you guys for being here. You guys could be anywhere else in the world, but you decide to rock out with me, and I definitely appreciate that. Remember, y'all, if you are ever in New Jersey, northern New Jersey to be exact, in Caldwell or in Orange, New Jersey, please stop by Jefferson's Cafe. Jefferson's Cafe, the finest in Southern cuisine. Jefferson's Cafe does it like no one else. I go there all the time when I go home. I hit Jefferson's Cafe and I hit up White Castles. So I want to get back to what I was saying about Miss Candace, what Miss Candace was saying for a second. The reason why I did not want to vote for Hillary Clinton is not because she's a woman. It's simply because she was a Democrat. And Democrats do what they always do, as they said in that insert that I played when I first started. They do everything to cater to people that don't have. And how many of you, I think we all know a Shaquita. We all know a Shaquita. And that person is an individual that shuns down on you because you got to get up early. That person that thinks that life is all good for me. Hey, listen, I ain't got to do all that. I stay home and take care of my kids. What's going on, champion? I see you, sir. Welcome. And I just don't think it's our responsibility to have to take care. Hillary Clinton said we got to do more for the kids. Like what? Go coochie monitoring? What do we got to do more for the kids? What she means is vote for me, because this is what Democrats say. Vote for me and I will implement another program to help you. I will implement another program to help you because I know you want to stay home. But don't worry. I got you. I'm a Democrat. I got you. I'm a Democrat. All you have to do is vote for me and I'll solve all your problems. I just played that insert, and that insert said that Republicans believe in empowerment to the people. If you can tell me that is the same narrative that Democrats have, then you telling me something new. I got into politics in 1996. And getting into politics in 1996, I was all for Democrats because I was a black man. I'm Democrats. As I got older, I seen a problem. I seen a problem. I seen something that I didn't like. I said, I'm a bit confused. Here it is. I'm busting my ass. You know, I got ass sores. I got bust my ass itis. My ass hurt. I'm busting my ass and I'm busting my ass. Getting in my car. I got when I'm sitting down because my ass hurt. And I pull up to my house and shit. Hey, give them on top of the morning to you, Shaquita. Shaquita home chilling. And then I look at my taxes. And that is the reason why a lot of people vote for Democrats. If they truly was to give you an itemization of where your taxes is going, because I just don't believe you would vote for a Democrat. Once again, if you have a 9 to 5, you will find out that you and Republicans have more in common than a Democrat. It's amazing to me how out socially individuals say, no, I don't like Republicans. Oh, they this, they that. Oh. People, you can like Republicans all you want. I'm just telling you why I don't like Republicans. I think they enable. I think they are a cancer to your growth. This is me personally. If you look back on all the social programs that we've had in the past, you will notice that they were put in place by Democrats. Democrats. That's where they were put in place by Democrats. You could say what you want. They were put in place by Democrats. Republicans, they are not interested. They are not interested. They're interested in forward movement. Democrats, they're not. Democrats, their whole thing is, we don't want a wall. We want a whole bunch of illegals to come here, because if we have illegals come here, then they'll vote for us come election. That is it. It's a forever ongoing cycle of I give you, you vote for me. I was talking to a friend of mine. I'm almost embarrassed to say this. I was talking to a friend of mine. God damn it, man. I was talking to a friend of mine. And this individual was saying to me, Trump. This is a conversation I was having with her about a month and a half ago. Trump. Now, once again, if you have a 9 to 5, I don't know how you are a Democrat. And I'm going to say that and stick with it, because you, honestly, I'm going to insult your intelligence. You don't know no better. You don't. You haven't a clue about politics. You haven't a clue. Now, that's if you work. If you work and own a home and you're a fucking Democrat, let me say that again. If you work and own a home and you're a Democrat, why? If you own a home, because you pay property tax. And if you pay property tax, guess where your property tax is going? Go down and check your local welfare office, et cetera, and see how much money they're devoting to your property taxes, to that, that red house where there's a new car in front of it every day. That red house, you drive past and be like, damn, I wish some motherfuckers get evicted. damn, they should have. You know the house you drive past every day and you be like, the motherfuckers. Yup. You paying for that house. Yo ass. You paying for it. So go on and just call right to your city council. Right to your city council and say, how much of my money is going for welfare in Section 8? And you know what they'll say? Well, none of that is going for welfare in Section 8. That, in fact, is a grant. Isn't it? Bullshit. 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 And then you sit up there saying, well, God dang. And then you'll say, shit, but I don't like Republicans. I don't understand it. Good morning, Calvin. Calvin says, good morning. Democrats have nothing good but likes and hurt taxpayers' pockets. Drop the mic, sir. You're done. You're done. Don't say nothing else. Very well said. Very well said. Then Miss Candace, she says, I don't have a clock. I don't have a clock in job, but I get up at 6:28 to make breakfast for my sons Monday through Friday. Oh, damn you. And then she also said they're working to pay for everyone else's life. Exactly. I personally, I am at like I did my show that I did earlier. I did a show, and my show I did earlier was, what type of retirement plan are you looking at? At just sitting back, not for nothing, honestly. What type? Listen. Just give me a second, y'all. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Hold on. Time out for a second. This shit is funny. People. You know what future Section 8 and welfare receivers are going to be? And this is the bed that they made they lie in it. They're going to be cashiers at 7-Eleven. That's what they're going to be. People, the window for you to set yourself up for when you get old, it's a short one. Think about this. From 1 to 20, you're a teenager, right? I'm sorry, you're a minor. From 1 to 20, screw being 18. From 1 to 18, you're 20, you're a minor. And then what do you do in your 20s? 20s is when you make all your mistakes. You make all your mistakes. You do the wrong thing. You do what, you whatever. Then when you mature right in your 30s. So when you mature in your 30s, and then you kind of got your 30s, 40s, and 50s to put away. Now you're in your 30s. You got a mature approach about life. You speaking up about different things. You know what you want. You putting money, and then that's your 30s. And then when you get 40s, you're kind of adamant about your savings. You're kind of like, you should be anyway. You're adamant. You're like, all right, God damn, I'm 40. Hey, man, 50 is right at the corner and 60 is right around the corner. Man, I'm going to be shopping for a cane real soon. And then, when, I just turned 50 last month. So I'm like looking at hurricane commercials like, ooh, nah, I like the red one. Nah, I don't want that. Nah, I don't want the wheel. I want the wheelchair with the joystick. Nah, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here with my wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. So that's what goes on in the average person's head. We leave high school to go to college, and we pick the training that best suits our character and that we think can propel us to a better place to be. How do you sit back and say, I'm going to get welfare in Section 8. I'm good. People, I have 3 retirement accounts. 3. like unos, dos, tres, like 4 minus 1 noto. I have 3, and I'm still busting my ass. My ass hurt. I'm laughing at something else. My ass hurt. I was talking to this woman earlier. She's a nurse. I didn't want to tell her, but I got hurt ass. I got hurt ass. I bust my ass all the time. Like, I am programmed to work. If I meet somebody and we start dating and we get married, she gonna be like, damn, honey, it's Sunday. Like, you still getting up at 5 o'clock? Yeah. And then I'm gonna lie to her, like, yeah, baby, I gotta go outside and clean the rocks. I am such a workaholic. And I'm always looking ahead. I am always looking ahead. I don't understand when I see somebody that is like, I'm gonna chill in the cut. I'm like, what is your retirement looking like? You know why? Because Democrats, they're setting this. It's an imaginary stage. You are doing yourself a grand disjustice. Grand. I'm talking cataclysmic. You're supposed to be at a point in your life. No one teaches you to be on assistance better than a Democrat. Nobody. No party we had. The Ross Perot, you know, the cat with the big Dumbo ears. You know Dumbo. You know Dumbo had that. Wait on the Democrat. I'm an independent. You know him, Ross Perot. That party, the Republicans. Nobody teaches you. Nobody sets a better stage for failure, but a Democrat. They give you an illusion. Dig me on this. Dig me on this. I'll get to your comment in a second, Calvin. Dig me on this. Have a seat. Have a seat. Explain to me this. How do you work? Right? You get hurt. You lift up something. Ow! Ow, my back. Ow! And then you go apply for disability and they say, no, you got to jump through the hoop. You got to go kick an elephant. You got to go in the Serengeti and wrestle an alligator. Ain't no alligators in the Serengeti. Well, you got to find one. And you got to get a note from your 3rd grade teacher. She died back in 1971. Well, you got to try to zoom her body. What the fuck? You got to do all this shit to get assistance. And then this person, I'm not saying man or woman. Notice I said this person, like an ass sitter. You know what? Not a babysitter, an ass sitter. An ass sitter can just go down to any old local office and sign up and get a part of your money. That's what I'm going to do. Start doing commercials. It's your money. I don't like Democrats. This is a stage set by Democrats. But I got a message that I want to tell y'all. But first, I got to say this. Y'all know I am a court coach. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson. I charge $50 for my one-on-ones. I charge $299 for 6 months in coaching. My coaching consists of document prep as well as attorney confirmation. That is done through my company, League Legal. You got issues? League Legal can help. All right. Here's what I want to tell you. And this is what happens. And I tell people all the time. Sometimes I truly wish I wasn't as smart as I am, because this is just a spin-off of why I said a lot of people didn't like me when I was a kid. I'm a nerd. I tell y'all this all the time. I'm a nerd. I don't have no game. When I walk up to a woman and I try to lay my rap down, I'd be like, hi. Then she'd be like, and then I remember the last time I went out on a date and we went dancing, I was doing the point. And she was like, what kind of dance is that? I was on a dance floor doing like this. I'm corny. What can I say? Miss Candace Ms. Candace also said, I am so happy my neighbors has a clause that says you accept vouchers, you can only rent to third-party help. Wow. You got to break that down. I am so happy my neighbor has a clause that says you accept vouchers, you can only rent, no third party help. Can you explain that a little bit more, Ms. Candace? And then Calvin, and I want to talk about it too. Calvin said illegal immigrants are the new Americans. This is what Democrats are pushing for. I told you, drop the goddamn mic before. You don't want to listen, old Harpo. You don't want to listen. Very well said, though. Very well said. Oh, okay. Okay. Homeowners Association. Got you. I'm going to tell y'all something. And this is what I said when I said, man, it's a bitch being this smart. I'm patting my own self on the back, but don't tell nobody. 20 years ago, let me break some stats down to you. 20 years ago, the number one expense to a municipality, if you don't know what a municipality is, the town in which you live in. So if you live in Hee-Haw, Kansas, as an example, the number one expense for Hee-Haw, Kansas, the sewer system. I need y'all to follow me on this. The sewer system. People, when they have a pipe main bust in New York City, it is cataclysmic. That costs money. To dig up a ground and replace a pipe costs money. Sewers bust all the time. It costs money. Trees are the number one culprit to a sewer system. I need y'all to follow me. Like I told y'all on yesterday's show. For individuals that was with me on my other forum. When I lived in Newark, New Jersey, when I first moved on the block in 1979, there were trees all up and down the block. 8 years later, when I moved, one tree on each side. When I first moved there, it was probably 4 trees on one side and 6 on the other, 11. When I left the block, 8 years later, one tree on each side. All right. Why? Because the city of Newark, New Jersey said at that time, damn, these roots that's growing inside the pipes are killing us. Big expense. Okay. I need y'all to follow me. 10 years ago, that was surpassed by retirement accounts. Okay. As time went on, 401ks, retirement accounts, we got to understand, because as a black person, I pay very close attention to the middle-aged white man. I don't believe in what niggas say and black folks say. You got to keep your ears to the streets. Nah, you go ahead with that, bruh. Like I did on my show many a months ago. In the black community, for some reason, they like to pay attention to what's going on in the streets. But in the white community, that middle-aged white man is what they market for. How you going to market something for a nigga in the streets and he ain't got no money? How come? But they always advertise things for the middle-aged white man. Now listen. So 10 years ago, that was surpassed. What was surpassed? The expense of the sewer system was surpassed by retirement. Retirements. People, do you know what crippled General Motors and why they really needed a bailout? The reason why General Motors really needed a bailout, 20% of their workforce, 30% of their workforce were retired. So you tell me, I have 2 females working at my office in Raleigh, North Carolina. I have 2 females working there. If, let's just say, I hired, so 2 of them make up only 50%. So each one of them is 50%. So let's just say I hired another person at the same pay. And then I said to one of my secretaries that's there now, hey, guess what? You can retire. I'm going to still pay you. No, get on out of here, girl. Beat it. Get it on out of here. But I'm still paying her. What do you think that's going to do to my bottom dollar? Well, that was the case in a lot of municipalities, especially in small towns. They had people doing 20 years in one day. They would retire, wait 2 weeks, come back, full pay and retirement pay. That kept happening, and then governments said we can't afford this no more, right? That's what took General Motors under retirement. So retirements have surpassed sewer systems as the number one expense of municipalities. That was 10 years ago. People, I'm going to tell you something about welfare. I'm a nerd. I look at everything as dollar. When I walk into a store, I count how many people in there and count the time I was in there. I'm always counting money. Everything to me is money. One of the books that I'm writing now, Time is the Ultimate Currency. That is another book I'm writing. I don't understand how anybody can sit up there and say, when I was a kid, 1 out of every 10 people, not saying women, not saying men, 1 out of every 10 people was on Section 8. Now, in the neighborhood where I'm from, 8 out of every 10 people are on Section 8. Tell me something. Where do you think this money is coming from? I mean, God damn. I said, God damn. I went and ordered some mopeds for my shop. I build bikes, but I gotta have a variety of motored stuff. I had to pay for those. Thank God there was $575 in retail for $1,100. So I'm gonna make some money. But I had to pay for those. This stuff in life is not free. It's not. These individuals are navigating themselves through life like they could. What? Listen, why would you want to be part of something that costs so much money that will eventually bust? For example, I'm not going to the automobile dealer and say, hey, man, what is this, a 2018? Oh, it's a 2019? Hello, Miss Barbara. What is this, a 2019? Hey, I like the car. Hey, that center console, that looks hot. But listen, man, I'm old school. Yeah, okay. I'm wondering if you can get an 8-track player up in there. An 8-track player? Yeah, 8-track. Yeah, I like when you ever listen to an 8-track and you click it and another song is on and you keep clicking it, another song, and the salesman is looking at me like, an 8-track player? And then I my darling, I can't get enough of your love, babe. I'm like singing, and he like, what does that got to do with anything? Oh, when 8-tracks was out, my dad used to have one in his car, and he used to play Barry White. I want an 8-track player. People, that was the past. How are you? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? How are you under the context that what you're signing up for, based on this democratic slickery, pafoolery, we're going to keep these programs in motion. You just got to vote on us. How do you come up with this analogy? How? Are you not saying that eventually this car gonna crash? And then once again, if you're a homeowner, I'm gonna say this. I don't mean to offend nobody. Miss Candace said that's why the schools are so good here, because people are paying about $300 a month for taxes. Of course. Right. Very well said. She also said you can't get time back. Miss Barbara said, I still have an 8-track player. Wow. And then Miss Candace said, my dad too. Now check this out. What I don't understand, and I will never understand, how do you sign up for something and not know the future. I know people that they pick careers based on the longevity, based on the projected where it can go. I know people that do that. Listen, before I went to school and learned law, I was going to go to school for computer science or something. Well, I was going to work on computers. I don't remember the name. And this lady told me, she said, don't do it. I said, why not? She said, in 10 years, computer repair jobs is going to be the new welfare, the new warehouse job. I said, really? She said, yeah, don't do that. Go into something else. I took her advice. She said, don't do anything involved fixing computers. It's going to be a welfare job in the next 10 years. She told me that in 2001. So that meant 2011. Damn if she wasn't right. You want an example? How many times I have 4 computers in here. I have at home, I have like 3 laptops that I don't use. But yeah, I got the big Apple, the Apple all-in-one. How many times have you ever had an issue with your computer and you called them up and the people on the phone, they're like, okay, just hold on. We'll diagnose your computer from here. What the fuck did you just say? What? What? How you doing that? That put a lot of people out of work. I remember the guy that used to work for Coca-Cola. He used to work, vending machines have computers in them. Man, this guy was getting like, I promise you, he was getting like $4,000 a week. He worked out of Williamsport, Pennsylvania. He was getting like $4,000 a week. And guess what? Them vending machines now, they work on Wi-Fi. And guess what? Them things, they will report back to Coca-Cola. Hey, the Coca-Cola slot 8 is bad. And here come a maintenance guy. They don't need them no more. Guess what? His trade plummeted. Now he works at Home Depot. So with that being said, it's just smart. You base something based on longevity. How do you pick anything that the Democrats is pushing? And their longevity scheme is simply to have you post up, sit back, relax, kick your feet up. We got you. And then when it's time to get old, you have absolutely nothing. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Thank you for telling me you was low. I appreciate that. Computers, they're a wonder. But all right, back to what I was saying. We're talking about Democrats here today on 98.3.com FM. Chris One Radio Group, 7 Cities Radio, League Live TV. People, I'm gonna tell you something. When I all right. So I had a cleaning company, right? I had a cleaning company, and I actually shut the cleaning company down last year. I still like to do it, but I'm now, instead of doing inside, doing carpet cleaning. Y'all know carpet cleaner. I still go out. I do estimates. I don't advertise the business no more. For the customers that my company have, we still take care of those people, but I'm getting into the other things. Hey, you got a sofa you need removed? We do rubbish removal. We do power washing and gutter cleaning. I don't want to go inside anyone's house anymore. I don't. I don't. Things have changed. I don't want to do that. All right. So I still want the money. I still want that money, but I don't want to go into anyone's house anymore. And I don't want to do that because it's too many narratives. I'm older now. I don't have the patience to deal with someone that think that they're a boss bitch. They're a boss bitch. And I'm professional. And I'm 6'1", 245 pounds. So I can't go into somebody's house. Little man come up to me, yo man, y'all said this was one price on the phone, sir. It says right here on the request, on the work order. It says, do you have any pets? It says no, sir. That's dog. That is dog. That's dog shit. And then I gotta listen to some slick dude. I'm saying though, man. I mean, we got it up. No, you didn't. I still see it. And then when you talk to these individuals, they don't get it. I said, so I got two more houses to do after yours. So I'm gonna pull that feces out of your carpet. I'm gonna put it in my machine, and for the rest of the day, I gotta smell dog dookie. But then I gotta take that machine to another house. And now when I take it out there, how you doing? Yes, hi. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you step in something? No, that's my machine. The last house I did had dog shit on the carpet. Now the machine smells like shit. So where do we start? So I realized instead of tossing the dude out the window or something, I realized, instead of tossing the dude out the window, like I said, people, I'm universal. I've been around the world a lot. I have a universal outlook. This is why it's hard for a person that's one-dimensional. It's hard for me to talk to a person that's one-dimensional. I thank God that I made all the right choices in life, not realizing it at the time. Please don't think that I'm sitting here today on the 28th of January, 2019, saying that, no, this is all part of a plan. One day I woke up and realized this was my life. I did not see it coming. I promise you that. I did not wake up. I did not have this grand plan. And in that journey, I got to learn a lot of things. I'm a nerd, people. I'm a nerd. On Fridays, I take the day off just to watch Ancient Aliens. They run a marathon. Come on. I've been doing this for years now. So when I try to talk politics to people, I got to go into somebody's house and listen to somebody tell me they hate Donald Trump because he hate black people. And I'm like, can you give me something else? Yeah, when he did that, I had one dude, y'all was here, some of y'all was here, the night the individual was telling me back in 1980, Donald Trump brought a building and Donald Trump did this. And I'm saying to myself, bruh, are you fucking serious? 1980? People, let's be clear. This is what billionaires do. They buy shit, they snatch the money out of it, and they get rid of it. That's a tactic. If you're one of those individuals that's a victim of that, you don't understand. They see a different money pool out of it. But Democrats, oh boy. When I go to somebody's house and I got to talk to them and they're a Democrat, I leave that house with ear cancer. I literally have ear cancer. Like, I literally leave their house like, tell me I didn't have to listen to this. Wow, we way up there. I got to see if I stroll up. Yeah. All right, Miss Barbara said, and I quote, "These kids are majoring in courses that they have no jobs for." Yep. Philosophy. Yep. They are. That is in fact a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Miss Candace, of course, when I was talking about how they diagnose your computer without nobody coming to your house, Miss Candace said, oh, that's scary. Yeah, it freaked me out too when it happened. When the guy I was on the phone with, it was Dell. I was on the phone with him. I was looking at my computer like, where the hell is this guy? Calvin, he said, Taco Bell has self-ordering machines now. McDonald's and Burger King is next. People, I'm going to tell you why. It's the reason why I don't go into people's houses no more. Interaction with people. People, I'm going to tell you something. I'm at the age now in my life where I want 5 minutes of work, 2 hours of vacation time. 5 minutes of work, 2 hours of vacation time. I earned that ratio. I earned it. All right. People, I could be here all day explaining to you the scenarios of dysfunction that I had to deal with going into someone's home. So I can understand that is part of the equation. Miss Barbara said, she says, Calvin, McDonald's already does. You can also order online now. Then Miss Barbara also said, I can honestly tell you from being a restaurant manager in New Orleans, these customers are just wanting free stuff. So they complain. Yeah. I had a client come into the office about 3 weeks ago, and she was a manager at McDonald's. And this woman said a person ate 90% of the Big Mac, came back and said, I didn't want cheese on it. So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I like that, Calvin. Calvin says there's always a price for something free. Damn. I said, God damn. I like that. That is a real good perspective. There's always a price for something free. Let me ponder on that for a second. That was more like 5 seconds. But listen, check this out. Let me tell you what you just said. Talking about Democrats today and why I hate them. I fucking hate them. I'll bash them with this phone. I'm a hating whore, you know. So check this out. Calvin, there's always a price for something free. Very well said. The amazing thing about these recipients, people, it's not my life. I just hope somebody listen to me and say, hey, he's right. I need to get on the ball. As I told y'all about my aunt, and I don't like my aunt, and I have reason not to like it. One thing about me, I'll tell you why I don't like something. You won't be talking to me and saying, well, damn, why he keep coming at me like that? I tell you about my prejudices. I don't say my hates. I say my prejudices. I tell you about my prejudices. I have a prejudice against my aunt. When my dad died, she ran over to my dad's house and tried to take my dad's stuff. I had to call my aunt and say, listen, auntie, stuff goes to kids, not sisters. People, I think that is a valid reason to not like a person, to have a prejudice towards them, to now laugh at them. Some 11 years later, my dad died in 2008. 18 is 10, 19, 11. Yep, 11 years later. So my aunt goes down to Social Security, and because she was a scavenger, like she tried to scavenge my dad's stuff, she goes down there and she gets $240 a month for Social Security. And I laughed at her. But that's kind of what you're saying there, Calvin. She got free all her life. And the price for it was in the end. The price for it. You will not, and I repeat, you will not truly get it for free. That's what you're saying there, Calvin. So I definitely appreciate that. What is DBZs? Miss Candace said, did you see the DBZs? Then Calvin also said, it's business it's business. That's how things are ran. Liberal blacks just don't get it. They're being used. Wow. Wow. I like that. I'm gonna have to, hey Calvin, you're gonna have to come on the show, man. Can't be dropping this knowledge like this and just like just keep being a commenter and shit. You gotta have you on the show, my man. I love your perspectives, bro. Oh, Dragon Ball Z. Did you see? No, actually, I didn't. I guess I need to. I heard Hulu actually dropped their price, so I'm switching from Netflix to Hulu. No plot. I don't know why I said that. I'm telling you guys something, but since I told y'all can send me 50 cents for that. No, I'm just kidding. Southern Hospitality. Let me just say that. Southern Hospitality says they don't understand how skills and experience and good old common sense plays when competing for these jobs. See, that's one thing that people don't understand. Southern, I'm going to say this as I dip into these comments. There will not be jobs later. There's going to be machines doing everything. People, I'm going to tell you something. Y'all know I'm a car whore. I just love cars. I'll tell you everything about a car. Tell you when the first one was made, names, how, everything. But I remember back in the day when they first got automated car painters. People were like, they got robots painting cars now? Before, you went to the dealership and seen two people in there painting the car. Now they got robots. They got cars put on rotisseries. The car goes in there, it spins around, robot sprays underneath it, turns the other way, spray it, go up into dip it. They got all that now. People, hustlers, or if you're in the medical field, if you're not a hustler, if you're not the type of person that's willing to say, I'll do that for $1, you know, you're not going to find yourself being able to coexist in the future. So competition is going to get fierce if it's not there already. Ms. Barbara says, I can't believe people are willing to vote for Bernie when he was, oh, wow. Wow. He wants 70% taxes. How about that? How about that? How about that? It to me, I honestly, I just look at Democrats like they're a poison. I think that welfare is the worst thing that happened to the black community since crack. I don't think it's close. And I think because my concept is I've known people in my immediate family that much rather have someone give them $100 than them work for $1,000. I have spoken to many people. I've been doing this for years. I've spoken to an individual that told me that there are individuals that will not hit that job status quota because it'll throw them over the Section 8 threshold. So they will take days off of work. They will call in, I'm sorry, my kids. I didn't say man or woman. I said people. I'm learning, y'all. People won't hit that threshold. Why? Because they on the give me system. Once again, I'm 50 years old. I was getting Social Security in my late 30s. For 5 years, I was getting it. I was getting $2,340 a month. That was back then. I said, nope, I rehabbed myself. I told Social Security, I'm good. Appreciate it. No. Don't re-up I don't want this shit no more. Why? I hated the person that it turned me into. I was a lazy whore. I was. You'd have logged on to lazy.com. I would have been on there. But that's what that's what Democrats do. They enable. What does drugs do? Drugs do the same thing. It enables individuals. And a person will sit up there and think, oh, this is doing nothing to me. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is enabling you. You will sit up there and you will say, and then what happens is when they start talking about reform in the system, then you get the pudge face. Oh, what they hammer pay? Oh, people. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you this, and then I'm gonna advance this conversation. Let me tell you why. I have a peaceful life. I have zero stress in my life, and as I always say, that the woman that finally come into my life, we're gonna be happy. Our happy is gonna be our theme. I'm a jokester. You know, y'all hear me all the time say, when I get my girlfriend, I'm gonna bite a booty. When she leave to go to work in the morning, I'm gonna fucking bite your ass. I'm laughing at something else. But I'm my life is fun based. No stress in my life at all. Not a little bit. What I will never understand, never in a million years understand how somebody think that they can transition wow. 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 I'm sorry. I just got a text message. But check this out. I don't understand how a person think they can transition. Like, okay, check this out. I said on my show last night. Remember, I said, how do you think that you could win $1 million and then regret the people you got to go home to? Think about that. Just think about that for a second. How do you go to the store, get a scratch off? Shit! Oh, shit! Oh, damn! How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you you know why? Because you're lying to yourself. I can't do that, people. I can't does that. I can't. I can't do that. I want to scratch $1 million scratch off and baby, I'm at work. Quit. We rich. We rich, bitch. You know? You call me a bitch? That's what I want. You hit $1 million scratch off. You call your mom. Mom, what you want, baby? Ma, I hit $1 million scratch off. I need you to claim the ticket for me. Why? I don't want my wife to get none of it. You married that heifer. Mom. That's what who wants that? Transition. But then you mean to tell me, because if you have an animal in captivity, you can't let it go back out in the wild. You can't raise a lion in captivity and then after 5 years say, all right, fella, go on back out there and fend for yourself. What's going on, King? I see you, sir. When you've been on that stuff for so long, boy, you talk about cripple? Is that what you're talking about? You talk about cripple? Yeah, you talking about cripple? You cripple. You cripple yourself. And the amazing thing about it is, I don't see how people not see that. Like I said, people don't look ahead. People, I look ahead. I look ahead. So much to the point at my age now, I overshot. And it feels good. It feels good. Who am I kidding? I'm on some Tony the Tiger shit. It feels great. And that's the truth. I overshot. I did. I overshot. I had no idea I was going to do that. I overshot. And what I mean is, I prepared myself so well that even at my age now, I'm going to be all right. And I'm by myself. Imagine if I met a woman and she was, woo! We'd be sitting down at the thing. What's up, Jay? What's up, Beyonce? Oh, yeah, all right. All right. Denzel, yo, Zell, loved you in Training Day, bruh. Baby, come on. We'd be sitting with the fucking stars. I said, God damn. Facts, people. Facts. Not wax. Facts. Facts, people. That's what I'm holding out for. That's what I'm holding out for. Talking about Democrats and why I hate them. Let's be clear about something. You might want to cover your ears for this one. I don't give a fuck if a Klansman in full Klan gear get up there and say, I'm running. I hate the niggers and I'm running for president. I don't care. He got my vote. Because I'm going to tell you something. That doesn't scare me. What scared me is walking into the store and seeing somebody think that they didn't work for a damn thing. Ain't got nothing to do with me now. Listen to what I'm about to say. Go into a store and treat that store like that store owner is a crime. One thing I can't stand when I go back home to my neighborhood is when they say Puerto Ricans buying up the neighborhood. People, 60 minutes is an hour for me, just like it is for you. 1 year is 365 days. I don't get a bonus 30 days on my year. It's 365 days for you, just like it is for me. Why you are not taking advantage of it? Listen, I'm 50 years old. I had 50 stabs at 365 days. Damn. And I'm getting calls. Yeah, we got a problem at the office. What's up, Sharice? Yeah, we got a lady to come in here. She 75, she 70, true shit now. She's 71 years old. She can't write, but she got her nephew in here to do the bankruptcy. Give them the packet, give them the instructions, and have them come back. They ain't doing that shit in our office. They're not doing that in my office. I am not assisting a 71-year-old just so she can. People, it happens so many times. You get down to court and then there's an error. Then you say, I'm old. The people over there filled it out. Then we get in trouble. I had to fire somebody for that. Then we get in trouble. So it ain't about no, oh, 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 oh. We'll fill out the paperwork for you. No. I'm sure you're 71. You got somebody down your family line that can fill this paperwork out for you. We can't do it. We have can't-itis up in this motherfucker. Miss Candace says she loves muscle cars. Oh, do you now? Miss Barbara said Kamala Harris' dad wrote a book and said great-grandparents were plantation slave owners. You know what? I'm going to just give that 5 sentences. You know what? Okay, we get it. Slavery, et cetera, et cetera. But here's what I tell people. Yes, we cannot forget slavery, but our ancestors, they dealt with slavery. They dealt with the slave owners. They fought back and this and all that. We don't got to go to plantation. Is that an old plantation? Nothing. What do you want to do? Let's find something to hate. I want to be a hater whore. You want to be a hater whore? Me too. Let's find something to hate. Oh, look, General Lee died in 1903. Let's hate him. Let's hate him. Give me a couple of seconds. So this is remember the show that I did about how you hate past racist people, but you go down to your local McDonald's and you consume all the bullshit inside McDonald's burgers? I mean, honestly, the shit that's in your neighborhood, you have more than enough to complain about. All you have to do is go into your local store with a camera and go find something that deteriorates quickly, that has a very short shelf life. Excuse me. Like bread or fruit. And you will get all the business you want as a radical fighter. All you got to do is say, you got the camera going? Yeah, okay, we're going to go right over to the pears. You'll see shit flying around the pears. The pears will be molded, soft, black, soft as hell. Shit will be dripping from the pears. And then you'll say to the guy, hey, how much are these pears? $5 a pound. $5 a pound? All right, thank you. Go to a nice neighborhood and get a whole bag of organic pears for $4. You got all the fight you need. Take your camera and go into a local Burger King and say, hey, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, hey, I'm just curious about what y'all put in y'all hamburgers. And you'll get all the fight you need. Say, oh, they're made with beef. No, I'm not talking about that. That's obvious. I mean, after all, with all that shit in it, you're not going to tell anybody about that. It looks like beef, but tell me what exactly is in it. There's a fight. And then go to your local store and go look at something that's organic. And then look at stuff that's right next to it that's not organic. And then say to yourself, okay, I'm noticing that, excuse me, store owner person. Yes, you're the store owner person. No, I'm the manager. Okay, manager. Okay, you're the person that if I have a question I could ask, that'll be me. All right, Mr. Meat. What's your name? Charles. All right, Mr. Charles, just got a question for you. I'm from Dateline Nigga News. This is Nigga News. No, I'm just kidding. I'm serious, but I'm just kidding. So you go and you look at the pears. You say, I'm looking at the organic. Hold your camera up. See, like so, God damn it. Like so. Look down, make sure you got the shit in focus. Okay. Then you look down at the thing and you say, hey, look, I'm noticing that the stuff that says organic, yes. Yeah, the stuff that says organic, I'm noticing that it says no HMOs, no pesticides, no gluten, no GMOs. Yeah. Okay. So, and then the stuff next to it don't have that. So, Mr. Store Manager person guy, does that mean because the one that says it doesn't have it, does that mean the stuff on the left means that in fact does have it? Oh, I don't know. I have to check. You have to check. Well, I'm going to assume it does. And I'm going to assume it does because it says it right there. It doesn't have that on there. That's a fight. So I'm a little bit confused about this new, I'm a radical. I'm confused about it. I'm confused. If you can dig up an old slave and put the thing on him to bring him back to life and say, hey, what was it like? Or find somebody that's 90 years old, they will give you enough that you need to know, and they will tell you about the BS that's going on today because they've seen the difference. They live long enough to see the difference. Very well said. Southern Hospitality says they use their kids as crutches. Of course they do. They use their kids now as an OMI system. Miss Candace says, I feel you. Do you know how hard it is to maintain 160 pounds with being 100 pounds plus SSD and age 25, now 31? I can only imagine. Miss Barbara she says, I won $1 million. Now come home so I can bite your booty. Hey, don't run with that. Don't run with that. Miss Candace says, I used to do SGLI forms, and I would laugh when a soldier would say their beneficiary was not their wife. Still had no wow. Hey, Miss Candace, hit me up. Email me at the League of Dads Universe at gmail.com. I want to talk to you about more your military time. Military to military. Miss Barbara says, oh, Miss Barbara, I do appreciate that. Listen, that video that I did last night, Miss Barbara actually sent me that video, and I definitely appreciate that. I have people sending me stuff, and I definitely appreciate that. Miss Barbara then says, she said, that's my point. The Democrats run on pointing fingers, except when it applies to them. Very well said, people. I got 5 minutes. And I definitely appreciate you guys for being here. People, I love sitting in this chair. I get power when I sit in this chair. Like I said, my ass hurt from busting my ass so much. People, on Sundays, I just started this about 2 months ago. On Sundays, I sleep till noon. I try to sleep till noon. I try to just let my body just, get all my strength. Yesterday, I couldn't, man. I got up and I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I just had to. I just like working. I like moving. I got a new subscriber, Mrs. Miranda Rose. I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. You are the dope bomb. But people, listen, I hope what y'all got from this is a very fair perspective of why I hate Democrats. I don't like Democrats. I don't like Democrats. I don't. I think that they, in fact, are the worst. And them being the worst, is something that you, as an individual, unless you understand politics. I was surprised to listen to, I was talking to my mom back in 2007. And my mom actually had this narrative down way before I did. And I was like, wow. Like, even when my mom told me this is how she felt, I didn't. I remember my mom told me something when I was young. No, when I was 33 years old. And my mom says to me, she said, I'm going to tell you what your problem is. This is what my mom says to me. She said, I'm going to tell you what your problem is. You're so smart. You think everybody should be smart as you. She said, Chris, the problem isn't everybody is dumb. Your problem is you're so smart, you do shit with ease, and you think everybody should look at things the way you look at it. She said, Chris, when you were 6 and 7 years old, you used to ask me stuff, and I had no idea where you got that from. She says, as your mother, I'm telling you, stay open-minded. The problem with me being open-minded is I am willing to sit down at a KKK rally and listen to what the whiteys have to say. I am willing to sit down at a thug and listen to them say, no, fuck, no, fuck. I'm listening. I'm willing to listen to everybody because I'm open-minded. Had my mom not have told me that, no one has told me that since. But that was the pinnacle of me. No, I ain't gonna lie to you. She told me that when I was 33. I didn't get it at 33. I got it at about 42. And now I get it. I understand. I stay open-minded and I'm smart. And I'm not bigging myself up. Like I'm not telling nobody smart, because you can't say, hey, I'm smart, and then say on the other hand, hey, look, like I told you, I'm a nerd. I don't have no game. My best rap to a woman is, hey, you look nice today. Thank you. Up your game if you want all this. Now, I can't go on the basketball court and be like, 6'1", son. I got a wicked. Damn, bruh. You know you're supposed to go in the basket. I'm trying. That's all you getting out of me. But I'm smart in the fact of my common sense. I tell individuals I'm the world's first and only common sensus. So with that being said, it's only common sense for me to tell you that I, in fact, appreciate everybody for being here today, and that I will, in fact, catch you guys on the next one, because Chris